The national health priority area that vascular dementia falls under is the area of dementia, having been added as the ninth NHPA on August 10, 2012. The term dementia, though, is not easily grouped, as it is known as an umbrella term, encompassing well over 100 different conditions, all with different symptoms and all with different effects. Although the conditions under this term vary greatly, all involve the impairment of the brain and its functions and are progressive and irreversible.
Vascular dementia is a problem that arises due to insufficient supply of blood to the brain and is characterized by problems thinking and making decisions. Vascular dementia is the second most common form of dementia and will begin suddenly following a period of time when the brain was not supplied with blood, for instance after a stroke. Vascular dementia occurs when the vascular system or the system that moves blood around the body is damaged and cannot work efficiently. This can come about after long periods of high blood pressure, heart problems, or high cholesterol as they slowly diminish the vascular system and can affect different parts of the brain, having different effects.
The condition of dementia impacts significantly on Australia's health status or the overall health of Australia's population. Within the area of health status exists morbidity, mortality, and life expectancy. How does it affect morbidity? The morbidity or proportion of individuals experiencing ill health as the effect of dementia in Australia is approximately 322,000, or around 1.39% of the entire population. Although this statistic is simplistic and very shallow in depth, it is important to note that dementia affects 1 in 10 Australians aged 65 and over, and furthermore 3 in 10 Australians aged 85 and over. On top of this, dementia is the leading cause of disability and ill health in Australians 65 and over, and the third leading cause of ill health and burden of disability overall. All of the above statistics are inclusive of all forms of dementia, but certain specific statistics regarding the morbidity of vascular dementia exist. Vascular dementia is the second most common form of dementia experienced by Australians, with 20 to 30% of reported dementia cases being attributed to this type. In relation to this, vascular dementia is also the second most common form of dementia in aged care facilities, with a large amount of males diagnosed with this type at 13% compared to 9% of females. How does it affect mortality? The mortality rate or frequency of death in Australia due to dementia as of 2010 was 9,003, with 2,920 of those being males and a significantly larger proportion of those being females at 6,083. These numbers represent the sixth most common leading cause of death in Australia. How does it affect life expectancy and HALE? On average, the life expectancy for individuals after being diagnosed with dementia, regardless of the type, is usually around 4.5 years until death.
Many age groups are at risk of developing dementia. However, as you age, your risk of developing dementia increases. It is generally believed that as you age, your chance of developing dementia and vascular dementia increase. For instance, 1 in 10 Australians 65 years and older and 3 in 10 Australians 85 years and older will develop some form of dementia. Certain ethnic groups and genders will have a higher risk factor of developing vascular dementia. These ethnic groups would be Europeans and Westerners in general, as they eat more unhealthy and fattening foods. This is due to the risk factors of high cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes, lack of physical fitness, excessive alcohol consumption, and others that damage the cardiovascular system, or more importantly, the vascular system. Also, people of Indian, Bangladeshi, Pakistani, Sri Lankan, and African Caribbean ethnicities have a heightened chance of vascular dementia. This is due in part due to the diets they have and the prevalence of heart disease in the community, as opposed to a person of Mediterranean ethnicity who has a very healthy diet, smaller portions, and less heart disease in their community. Also, access to preventative health care to find and treat conditions that lead to vascular dementia are lacking in areas such as India and Bangladesh.
Although vascular dementia is uncurable after diagnosis, there are various steps which can be taken to both diagnose the illness and effectively treat it in an attempt to extend the time experienced by the individual diagnosed and prevent the onset of serious effects of the illness. If the biomedical approach is used to combat vascular dementia, then an individual who is at risk of this form of dementia or believes that he or she may be developing dementia can see their local GP for a comprehensive physical followed by an investigation into their prior medical history. After these steps are taken, a formal cognitive impairment screening will be ordered to test the individual's memory and cognitive functions, including their language formation, attention, motor controls, orientation, etc., in the hopes of discovering any issues. After these tests and the initial examinations, a GP or specialist should be able to diagnose one's illness, including what type of dementia they have, details on the disease, possible treatments to slow the progression of it, and support groups to help them deal with their new illness. Although the biomedical approach can do nothing to reverse and cure vascular dementia, treatments such as drugs and support groups as well as regular checkups can be used to partially treat it and slow its progression. Apart from the biomedical approach, lifestyle choices and changes can have a significant impact on both the prevention of the disease and the treatment of it once it has been diagnosed. Some of these lifestyle choices and changes that can be enacted to combat vascular dementia include a healthy diet and regular exercise, which help to reduce the chance and likelihood of events such as heart attacks and strokes, which cause the disease. Diets which are low or altogether avoid trans and saturated fats and which are high in omega-3s, fiber, and which encompass a wide range of fruits, vegetables, nuts, etc., can help to prevent factors which cause vascular dementia. On top of this, regular exercise can help to significantly reduce one's likelihood of vascular dementia by upwards of 50% if practiced for at least 30 minutes 5 times a week. Other than this, a cancellation of practices such as smoking and drinking can lower one's likelihood of plaque buildup, a contributing factor to heart attacks, and lower one's calorie intake, lowering the likelihood of heart attacks and strokes. Apart from preventing the disease altogether, lifestyle choices such as these can also be used to treat the illness once diagnosed and slow its progression.
Many nutrients may help to prevent against the onset of vascular dementia, while many others may spur or dramatically increase the chance of developing the illness. For example, a diet low in high GI foods would lower your chance of developing the condition. This is because the lower consumption of high GI foods like processed cereals and snacks would keep blood sugar and insulin levels down, helping overall blood pressure and cholesterol, and over time leading to a lower risk factors for vascular dementia. This would also help people who are dealing with diabetes. Secondly, other nutrients that may help to prevent the onset of this condition is a diet high in both vitamin A and vitamin C. Vitamin C is needed for the production of red blood cells and the absorption of iron into the blood. However, after recent studies, it is also believed that vitamin C helps to keep blood pressure in working order, preventing vascular dementia while keeping cholesterol low and preventing the condition. Vitamin A is also beneficial nutrient that is essential to many key functions including vision, metabolism, and the production and health of blood and cells. This may not directly affect the blood vessels, however, over time it will be beneficial as it will keep key body systems healthier and functioning, including key areas of the circulatory system, which will aid in the prevention of vascular dementia. Finally, soluble fiber is a nutrient that directly aids prevention and the onset of vascular dementia. This is true because soluble fiber binds to fats and takes them out of the body. This helps to lower cholesterol and the risk of heart disease, lowering the key risk factors of vascular dementia. Many factors and determinants encompassing both protective and negative determinants involving BSB can dramatically increase or decrease the risk of a certain person developing a condition later on in life due to actions and habits, good or bad, that they developed earlier on in their life. A protective factor that would lower the chance of someone developing the condition is related to the behavioral determinant of health. For example, if a person exercises regularly and eats a well-balanced diet, their risk factor for certain conditions such as high blood pressure and cholesterol are diminished, directly lowering the prevalence of vascular dementia. Secondly, another factor that would be preventative relates to the biological determinant of health, or more specifically, the state of a person's bodies and cells. If a person were to have healthy parents before birth with little or no family history of certain conditions or diseases, combined with healthy habits as a child, then they would be at a lower risk associated to genetics and also a lower predisposition to certain diseases that directly bring on about vascular dementia. Finally, a third protective factor relates to the social determinant of health. A person would have a much lower chance of developing a serious condition like vascular dementia if they had the knowledge and education of what vascular dementia was and how to prevent it through preventing other conditions like heart disease, cholesterol, and blood pressure. On the other hand, there are many factors that may be detrimental to a person's health that are related to BSB. For example, the biological determinant of health may have a huge impact on a person's chance of developing the condition. If a person were to have overweight parents at birth, or parents who had conditions like diabetes, then their chance of developing vascular dementia would be drastically increased. This would also be the case if they had a higher predisposition to developing certain conditions such as high cholesterol, blood pressure, and heart disease. Another determinant that may introduce negative factors pertains to the behavioral determinant of health. If a person has a diet high in refined foods, sugars, fats, and trans fats, then their chances of developing conditions that lead to vascular dementia increase. This combined with little to no exercise will begin to help the onset of the condition, like this over the lifetime of an individual. Finally, another determinant that may negatively affect a person's chance of developing a condition is through their social determinant of health. If an individual is not educated and knowledgeable on certain issues, and if they eat because of social agents such as TV, sports, and friends, then they may experience bad habits that they keep for life that may be detrimental to them.
One health promotion which may impact positively on the lives of sufferers of dementia is Alzheimer's Australia's Your Brain Matters promotion, which focuses on three main areas, those being heart, body, and brain. The education and tips provided in the Your Brain Matters campaign enable sufferers of dementia to increase control over and improve, or in this case, offset symptoms of the disease, therefore improving their overall health. It also enables non-sufferers to implement steps to likewise increase control over and improve their health, and in doing so, lower the likelihood of developing dementia in the future. Various strategies encompassing both health and lifestyle factors that this campaign supports can be used to improve all aspects of health and development. First off, this campaign may positively impact physical health or the efficient functioning of the body and its systems, as key points of the promotion including keeping physically active, eating healthy food including large amounts of fruits and vegetables while avoiding saturated and trans fats, and not consuming extreme amounts of alcohol could all contribute to lower blood pressure, a healthy heart, low plaque levels, etc., which all mean a higher level of health and a diminished chance of events such as stroke and heart attack, which are causes of vascular dementia. This, along with a healthy body weight, regular checkups, and no smoking, can all contribute to a higher level of physical health. Other pillars and strategies expressed within a promotion include keeping mentally stimulated and engaging in social activities, which together may positively impact mental health, or the current state of one's ability to recognize strengths and weaknesses, cope with the stresses of everyday life, work productively, and contribute to the community. As with mental health expressed previously, keeping mentally active and engaging in social activities can also have a positive impact on the complex, orderly, and predictable changes in one's ability to think and reason and adapt to situations, that being that intellectual development. By consistently using the brain and engaging in mentally stimulating activities, a sufferer of dementia may be able to better retain memory and other cognitive skills, while a non-sufferer may be able to keep his brain healthy and avoid the onset of dementia. This promotion could also affect an individual's emotional development or the capacity to recognize, express, and control emotions, as certain strategies, if implemented, such as eating healthy with an emphasis on fruits and vegetables, along with the avoidance of saturated and trans fats, as well as regular exercise, could culminate in a healthier, fitter person. This individual within a healthy weight therefore would experience positive images of self-concept or the way they view themselves, positively impacting their emotional development overall, whether they are a sufferer of vascular dementia or not. This health promotion could positively improve one's physical development or changes in the complexity, structure, and function of their body. This may come about as the strategies and education passed on by this health promotion could allow people to increase control over and improve their health by changing bad habits such as smoking and drinking, eating healthier, and exercising regularly, which could all help to offset things such as plaque buildup and blood pressure, which along with contributing factors such as heart attack could lower one's likelihood of vascular dementia. This promotion could also improve the physical development of those already suffering from vascular dementia by improving their condition, coordination, motor skills, reflexes, etc. Lastly, this health promotion may have a positive impact on both someone's social health and development. This could occur in those not suffering dementia or those already diagnosed with vascular dementia, as a strategy of remaining socially active could allow people to increase their interactions and participations with others, eventually increasing their socializing agents with more friends and new groups, and overall increasing their social development.